Can you get 100% funding in Sharia finance? In this video, I'll be answering a question that was posed to me by a person who's an experienced property developer, and he was using his own cash to fund his deals. But then he came to me and he wanted to get some finance for the first time, Sharia compliant finance. And subhanAllah, he was looking at a deal which is £4.5 million of a property deal. It's a development, so he was going to purchase the property, or purchase the site, I should say. And of course, he was going to develop it. He had the planning permission and everything. And he wanted to develop it into some flats and commercial premises as well. Now, I asked him a simple question. Remember, the total deal, including build cost, was going to cost him £4.5 million. I asked him a simple question, which is one of the key foundational principles of Sharia finance, is what is your equity going to be? And the equity means how much are you going to be putting into the deal? He said £50,000. Now, the principle is that normally you need to put down 25% of the equity, especially when it comes down to property deals. This is the standard thing with property deals anyway. But in Sharia finance, it's even more important because you can't get 100% financing unless it's through the Mudaraba principle. The Mudaraba principle, you can get 100% financing. Also through the Musharaka principle, you can get 100% financing. But remember, the Sharia compliant finances, they do it under the Murabaha principle. And in the Murabaha principle, what they have laid out is that you must be able to give equity. So 25% is required. In his case, of course, he would need about a million, just over £1 million, which would be 25% of equity, to complete that £4.5 million deal that he wanted to go ahead and develop. So Sharia finance is definitely available. It's available if you want property finance. It's available whether you want a bridge. It's available whether you want a buy to let, or it's available if you want to redevelop. But you must be able to provide the equity, and the equity should be available in the form. Now, it doesn't have to be your cash. You just need to get the cash from somewhere, which means if you've got an investor who is willing to put up, for example, let's say you've got 5% equity and they're willing to put up 20% of the equity, of course you can do that. And then the lenders will be available to provide you with your financing. But remember, the funders in the UK, especially the Sharia finance funders, they need you to put some equity down. Now, when it comes down to some sort of small lending, when it comes down to stock purchases in your business, then yes, we can get 100% finance for that. But you should have no debt in your business already, and you should be profitable, and you should be trading for at least 2 years. So if you need some finance, and of course you want to hold true to your principles, you want to make sure that you're not getting involved in riba, then contact me, and inshallah we'll be able to see whether we can fund you in your projects and your next step in your business. Assalamu alaikum.